What's up, y'all? Today I want to share with you guys a book that's very relevant to all of us called Top Dog: The Science of Winning and Losing. And the principle I want to share with you today is that competition is a necessary part of our lives and truly brings out the best in all of us. And it sounds a little bit counterintuitive because sometimes when we're competing, we are thinking of a zero-sum game where someone has to lose. And that may be true in some games, but you know, even if there was someone who loses, as long as there's improvement, everyone still wins. And I mention this because I think that every day we are in a competition in life, not to keep up with the Joneses, but in whichever field that we choose to pursue, and whether that's in our careers, whether that's in our maybe our hobbies, and maybe in just our own personal health goals, right? So it made me really think about my life and a lot about competition in my life, whether that's me in martial arts, whether that was me in public accounting, or whether that's me right now in sales, or whether maybe that's me back in Taiwan and doing Chinese. But the first time that I saw the power of competition, like in a work setting, was maybe back in 2016 when I was studying for my CPA exams, and I was studying at Seven Leaves with my colleague, and I thought I was already doing good. Wow, I'm studying for 6 hours today. Good stuff, Darren. Then my colleague was still like, when I was packing my stuff, I was about to go head out to the car. He says like, "Oh no, I'm gonna still be staying here." I was like, "What? We already studied 6 hours." And he was saying, "No, I'm just gonna do a little bit more." And that made me think, well, I'll just wait for you. And he ended up just studying a little bit more, and like it kind of made me study a little bit more. We ended up staying at 2 hours later, and yeah, I think he stayed up maybe even another 4 more hours, so a 10-hour total, but I only stayed up 8 hours. But it really stepped my game up, and I thought like, wow, this is how he works, and this is probably how he gets a lot of things done, is by putting in the work. Not because he's anyone more special. I mean, he is a smart guy, but he also puts in the work. And that just changed my game up completely. And that was just the first impression. I had another colleague who also worked Mondays and Tuesdays a lot more. Instead of just doing the 8 hours and leaving, she did like 10 to 12 hours or whatever it takes to get the job done. She worked in event time, not in clock time, when the work got done, instead of just because it's 6 o'clock. And that also changed my game up too, where you became in control of your work. People say they have no time, but when you put in more time, you actually get more time because you are more in control. And so I really challenge everyone out there to really see who in your life right now could you really feed off the fire, the competitive fire that like, oh, maybe life can be like this. And if there is no fire around you, I challenge you to be the fire, right? If there is no one up lighting up, choose to go and push harder on yourself, not for anyone else, but to really set the tone example of the pack. And I think why I mentioned this is because I read this today. Study after study confirms this. The value in stars isn't just in their own performance, it's also in how they can motivate their teammates to excel. The top 6% of physicists are responsible for 50% of all physics papers published. All-star immunologists boost their colleagues' research productivity by 35%. So, just like in the book, those top people pushed the lower rung people to really get after it and push much harder than they would have had. And actually, it was beneficial at the end of the day. Everyone published papers, everyone that decided to level up. So anyways, remember just to feed off the fire or be the fire. Until next time, thanks guys. Peace.